Or alternatively, stack your palms underneath your forehead. So just start with a child's pose, but with your head resting on something, so you're a little further away from the floor. And maybe bring your knees nice and wide if that's comfortable for you. And just start to press back. And you can take your time here. You don't have to come all the way into it right away. I like to press back into my child's pose, especially if I'm starting this way, which my body isn't always 100% ready for. But maybe just sway a little side to side. Plant your hands, rock a little side to side. Maybe rest your chin in towards your chest, sway your head side to side. And when you feel ready, you can use your block or stack your hands and rest your forehead down. And close your eyes. Spread your toes, lengthen them out. And take a few deep cleansing breaths. For this moment, see if you can relax your abdomen. And see if you can feel for bringing the breath across your low, middle, and upper back incrementally. Relax your jaw. And just start to tap into the steady breathing and the sensations in your body. Just a couple more here, just really grounding down. We're going to work on a foundational flow today, keeping it simple, which doesn't mean not challenging. It just means less complicated, but effective. So from here, let's lift our head up and walk our hands forward and just pull yourself up onto hands and knees. And start by planting your hands, maybe just a tiny bit of a spin outward so your index fingers are pointing straight ahead and you're really pushing the floor away so your upper back can broaden, your arms are straight and strong. And then grip the floor with your fingertips and imagine you're twisting your hands, your right hand to the right, your left hand to the left. So your biceps spin slightly forward. Draw your low ribs in and just feel your hands and knees feel very strong in this position and stable on your hands, on your arms. Take an inhale into your cow pose. Draw your shoulder blades together. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale, curl your toes. Let's just press back into a down dog. Just really quick. Keep the knees bent in your down dog. Keep that sensation of sort of spinning your biceps slightly forward without moving your hands. So it's like you're grabbing two jars and spinning them, the lids, and push down and back with your feet as you press down and forward with your hands. So it's like you're trying to rip the mat apart. Start to straighten one knee at a time and just walk it out. Keep it really strong. Feel the tips of your shoulder blades drawing together and down, but keep the upper back fairly broad. Arms really strong and straight. And just step by step, just drop, bend, straighten, breathe. Relax your neck. Good. Come back to center. Both heels can reach down towards the floor. The knees can stay bent. Your butt reaches high. Push the floor away with your hand. If you want to straighten your knees, go for it. Not necessary. Draw your low ribs in. Turn your left heel down so your heel faces in, your toes face out, and your left leg is straight. And just bend your right knee towards your right rib cage and squeeze your right thigh in towards your right side and push into the hands. Press into that left foot. And then switch. Bring your left foot back, turn your right heel in and down, right toes out. Bend your left knee, Squeeze your left thigh in towards your left side and press into the hands, push into that right foot. And then come back to center and walk your hands backwards to your feet. Keep your feet about hips distance apart and soften your knees and hang over your legs. Release your head. You can release your hands. You can hold on to your calves or ankles, or you can grab your elbows. Lean into it a little bit and let your crown of your head really reach towards the floor. And just keep the connection, keep it close between your ribs and your thighs. So that means bending your knees as much as you need to in order to make that happen. Soften your face. Press firmly into your feet. Take one more breath here. Release your arms. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. So lift up so that your shoulders are as high as your hips, and then bend your knees a little bit. Send your sit bones back. Crown of the head forward. Back of your neck is nice and long. Draw your low ribs in and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take another breath. We're not holding the breath there. And exhale, fold. Inhale here. And exhale, walk back out to your downward facing dog. Keep your knees bent. Walk your hands forward and then press up and back. Maybe bringing your feet slightly closer together, up to you. Big inhale. And then exhale, let's drop to our knees. Now, either you can sit on your heels, you can grab a block and sit on your block in between your ankles, or you can just come into Sukhasana, an easy seat on your butt or on your block. We're just gonna do some Samavritti, some equal Sanskrit vritti fluctuations, in this case, the breath. So just settle, sit up nice and tall. Lengthen your spine. Close your eyes here. Rest your hands for a moment and send your tailbone slightly down and forward. Not aggressively, but just really kind of rocking the pelvis a little bit, so it's almost like you feel the front of your hip points coming up towards your low ribs. And then you can lift your chest, just keeping a nice length between the crown of your head and your tailbone. And from here you can choose. You may want your hands to face down, or you can turn your palms face up, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let's close our eyes and take a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And then inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause at the bottom. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax your face as you hold. Relax your shoulders. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pause. Do 2 more rounds at your own pace. Use that count. Good. And from here, just gently start to blink your eyes open. Take a nice deep breath, just as you are. Long exhale. If you like to use Ujjayi breath, you're narrowing at the vocal cords and the windpipe, so it's restricting the amount of airflow coming through. If you know it, use it. It's creating that whisper sound in the back of your throat. And you can use that throughout your practice. So from here, let's remove our block. And let's meet again in our downward facing dog. So set up your hands. Index faces forward, grab the floor, spin the arms apart, turning the biceps forward and press up and back when you're ready. Press forward and down with your hands. Press down and back with your feet and find a nice long spine but low ribs in so we're not overly back bending. Inhale, shift forward to your plank. Chest forward, legs strong, knees up or down. Exhale, lower all the way to the floor. Keep your chest lifted and bring your arms back. So just like we did earlier, setting up for this Shalavasana. So squeeze your shoulder blades together and down. Lift your feet if you want. Keep your legs active, glutes active, low ribs in. Bend your elbows, reach for the clasp, and reach your knuckles back. Maybe your chest comes a little bit higher. Take a breath, bend your knees. Either stay or release the clasp and reach for your ankles or feet. For Dhanurasana, if you want, take a breath, lift everything up, and then set everything back down. Rest your forehead on your hands. Just stack your hands and rest your head. Take a few moments to deepen the breath. Lift your chest, look forward. And one more time, we're going to send the arms back. Just the same sequence, just one more time. Lift your feet if you want. Take a breath. Clasp the hands. Press the knuckles back. Bend your knees. Stay or release the clasp. Grab your feet or ankles. Dhanurasana. Bow pose. Inhale. Release. Exhale. Stack your hands. Rest your forehead. Keep your feet wide. So maybe widen your knees a little bit more. And bring your left knee up towards your left hip like a half frog pose. And then rest your forehead. So you're rotating your left side of your pelvis out. Right leg long and off to the right. Lengthen the breath. Lift your gaze. Tent your left fingertips. So I'm just lifting my chest a little bit. I'm going to slide my right arm under, palm up, and I'm just going to roll onto my back and bring my left foot a little closer to me for my twist. Press into your right shoulder blade to rotate the left side of your chest. And just reach through your left arm and take a few deep breaths here. To come out of it, just turn towards the left again. Use your left hand to support you. Left knee is still out. Slide the right arm back underneath you, and then left knee goes back, and we're going to switch. So bring the right knee up, stack your palm, so right hip out, and rest your head. Take a few deep breaths here. And start to lift your gaze and just tent your right fingertips. Turn your left palm up. Slide your left arm underneath like you're doing thread the needle. Left shoulder comes down and then you roll. And just starting to press that left shoulder into the floor so you can rotate through the right side of your chest and reach your right arm. Just come into your twist from here. Couple more breaths. And just starting to turn back from the way you came, right hand down as your little kickstand, right knee out, left arm comes back and face forward, slide your right leg back, and just carefully press up to hands and knees, and just gently come into a cat, round your back, push into your hands, drop your head, and take a nice deep breath. And then just crossing at your ankles behind you, dropping your seat and pulling your feet through. Come onto your back and hug your knees into your chest. And maybe you're still, or maybe you like to rock a little bit side to side. Just take a few moments here. Feel your back heavy on your mat. Plant your feet wide and let your knees fall together and see how that feels for you. Walk the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open wide. See how that feels for you. You can choose any of these, either of these. You could choose legs up the wall, or you can just lay down flat for your Shavasana. Wherever you are, just take up a lot of space. Allow yourself to just sprawl. And just take a deep cleansing breath here, just to let go. Maybe exhale through your mouth. And then allow yourself to relax and rest. keeping your eyes closed. You can stay here as long as you want, if you have time. If you're ready to come out of it, just take a few deep breaths. Start to find little movements and be gentle as you use as little effort as you possibly can, just to roll over to your right side and just observe how you feel. Take a couple breaths. And as you're ready, press on up to your seat. Eyes closed, sit up tall. Soft face. Hands come together at your heart center. Bow your head in and down as a simple gesture of humility. Take a moment to think of something you're grateful for today. Maybe offer your efforts out. Take a big breath in. Sigh it out. Lift your gaze. Namaste.